Today we are going to look at Introduction to Computer Systems. And specifically, we are going to learn some of the key terms and vocabulary that you need to know in computing. At the end of this lesson, you will get to know, understand, and explain some key terminologies in computing. These are some of the terms you will come across while studying this subject. Let's quickly go through. Computer, smartphone, hardware, software, liveware, mouse, keyboard, processor, vacuum tube, transistor, and so on and so forth. So whilst these words keep on popping up, let's find out what they mean so that we can also be aware and be able to explain them well. So computer. What is a computer? Can you guess what a computer is? Of course, we know what a computer is. It is an electronic device that accepts data that we call input, processes this data, stores it, and produces information that we call an output. This is a picture of how a desktop computer looks like. The desktop computer is a personal computer which is designed to be used on a desk or a table. And as you can see, it has a monitor, system unit, a keyboard, and a mouse. What about this picture? Can you tell what this is? This is a laptop. And a laptop computer is a portable personal computer that can be carried from one place to another and almost used anywhere. Unlike the desktop computer, the laptop has a built-in screen, a keyboard, a touchpad, a battery, and a processor, all in one compact unit. Smartphones. I believe we all know what smartphones are. So this is a picture of a smartphone, and we are all familiar with how a smartphone looks like. A smartphone is a mobile phone that can make calls, send messages, connect to the internet, and run applications. It really works like a small computer. As you can see, it has a screen. You can use it to browse the internet. You can use it to take photos, watch videos, and play games, and also use it for educational apps. What are some of the advantages? It's portable, you can take it anywhere. It connects to the internet. It helps people to communicate quickly. It also supports learning through educational apps. It can also take high quality photos and videos. It can store files and contact numbers and pictures. What are some of the disadvantages? Smartphones can distract students from studying. Battery needs regular charging, and it can be very expensive. Too much use may affect eyesight and sleep, and can be damaged if it is dropped. Let us see some of the examples of smartphones. We have the Apple iPhone, Samsung Galaxy, Google Pixel, TechnoSpark, Infinix Note, Huawei, and so on and so forth. Hardware. What do we mean by hardware? So a hardware refers to the physical parts of a computer that you can actually see and touch. For example, you can see the monitor and touch it. You can see the keyboard, mouse, printer, the system unit, and the speakers, and you can actually touch them. This is a picture of how hardware about a computer looks like. So as you can see the monitor, the motherboard, which is inside the central processing unit, which houses a number of hardware components as well. You can see the power unit or the power supply unit. You can see the keyboard, the mouse, and so many other things. So long as you can touch it and see it, we consider it, or we call it, a hardware. Remember, if you can touch it, it is a hardware. Software. What is a software? A software is basically a set of programs or instructions that tells a computer what to do. A software is basically a set of instructions that tells a computer what to do. These are some of the examples of a software. We have Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, Windows, Paint, Google Chrome. These are all software programs. And as you can see, the picture displays some of these software programs. Liveware. Can anyone guess what a liveware is? Your guess is as good as mine. Liveware means the people who use or operate a computer. Very simple. Anyone who uses a computer, we term that person a liveware. So we are talking about students, teachers, office workers, programmers, and so on and so forth. So once you go to the internet cafe or you have a computer that you use, we consider you a liveware. Remember, without people, computers cannot be used effectively. Mouse. Can you tell me what a mouse is? Of course, you can. A mouse is an input device used to point, click, drag, and select items on a computer. The mouse has different components, and as you can see, it has the left button, the right button, as well as the scroll button. So those are the main parts: the left button, the right button, and the scroll button. What are some of the uses? You can use the mouse to open files, to select objects on your desktop, computer, to draw pictures, to play games, and so many other things. Who can guess what this is? Of course, it is a keyboard. And what is a keyboard? A keyboard is an input device used to type letters, numbers, and symbols into a computer. It's very simple. It's an input device that is used to type letters, numbers, and symbols into a computer. The main keys are as follows. We have the alphabet keys, the number keys, or the numeric keys, the function keys, the arrow keys, the enter key, space bar, and backspace key. So once you take any standard keyboard, these are some of the main keys you are going to see. And that will help you to input all the things we've talked about into the computer. Processor. What is a processor? The processor, also known as the central processing unit, is the brain of the computer. What does it do? It performs calculations, processes instructions, and controls all computer activities. This is how a CPU looks like, or a central processing unit looks like. Remember, the CPU thinks and controls the computer. Vacuum tube. As the name suggests, it is a tube and is an electronic device used in the first generation of computers between 1940 and 1956. They are very large and they produce a lot of heat. They used a lot of electricity and they could easily be damaged. This is how they look like. Let's see some of the examples of computers that use vacuum tubes. We have the ENIAC. It's a short form of electronic numerical integrator and computer. It was a type of computer that was used in that era, and it was powered by vacuum tubes. We also have the UNIVAC 1, basically a short form of Universal Automatic Computer 1. Transistor. What is a transistor? A transistor is a small electronic device that replaced vacuum tubes in the second generation of computers. So instead of using the vacuum tubes, because of the disadvantages of the vacuum tubes, transistors were manufactured. And these were used between 1956 to 1963. This is how a transistor looks like. Let's look at some of the advantages. They are very small and very fast, more reliable, and they used less electricity. Integrated circuit, or IC for short. An integrated circuit, or IC, is a tiny electronic chip that contains many transistors. This is how it looks like. It was used in the third generation between 1964 and 1971. They are much more smaller, faster, and more reliable, and they also come at a lower cost. Microprocessor. This is how it looks like. Now, what is it? It is a complete CPU built onto one single small chip. And this was used in the fourth generation of computers from 1971 to present. So your guess is as good as mine. The computer that you are using presently has microprocessors or a microprocessor. Some of the advantages: very fast, small in size, powerful, used in laptops, desktops, tablets, and smartphones. Artificial intelligence. What do we mean by artificial intelligence or AI? Artificial intelligence is the technology that allows computers to learn, think, solve problems, and make decisions like human beings. Mind you, technology is the use of scientific knowledge, tools and machines and techniques to solve problems and make work easier. So you see where the world is going. So you see where the world is heading. Some of the examples of artificial intelligence are as follows: ChatGPT, voice assistants such as Siri, Google Assistant, face recognition on your phones, self-driving cars, language translation apps, and so on and so forth. These are all examples of artificial intelligence. What are the benefits of artificial intelligence? It helps people work faster, answers questions, recognizes speech and images, and assists doctors and teachers as well. Remember, AI does not think exactly like humans, but it can perform many tasks that usually require human intelligence. See you next time. Bye bye.